2030.
Saudi Arabia-based perfume maker Majed for Oud Company received more orders for its IPO than shares available in just a few hours after books opened on the deal. This past Sunday, the company is selling a 30% stake, 7.5 million shares, and seeks to raise as much as $188 million. Institutional investors fully covered the order book throughout the 90 riyals to 94 riyals, $24 to $25 price range, according to people familiar with the matter, of course, who asked not to be identified at this stage because the information is quite private. But that's interesting.
So the offer period and book building and institutional investors will run until August 29th, while retail investors will be able to submit offers on September 15th. Majed for Oud hired BSF Capital, the investment banking arm of the Bank Saudi Al Faransi, for the offering. Do you like Oud?
Yes, I do. I don't know if I've told you this story, but maybe 10 years ago, I was at an event in the Saudi embassy in Washington, D.C., and a gentleman who I'd never met, and actually who I didn't even talk to at all, he just walked up to me, a younger guy, and he just handed me a bottle of Oud perfume or cologne. And I was like, oh, thanks. Like, cool. And I tried to talk to him, and he was just like, I don't know if he spoke a lot of English, but he was just like smiley and super happy. I obviously look like the whitest person of all time. And he was just like, here you go. Here's some traditional Saudi oud. And I was like, all right, cool. And I put it in my suit pocket because I never forgot that it looked like it was a huge kind of a round thing. So it almost broke my suit pocket, which was getting tighter and tighter at those days. And when I got home, I put some on. I was like, oh my God, this smells amazing. Like actually really good. And it became my, like, whenever I wear cologne, which is not often, so the bottle lasted me like 8 years. It like became a thing that I would wear for special events, and if I didn't smell good. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I'm pretty sure it might have been more of a female smell. I'm really bad with that stuff. I don't know anything about it. And then, yeah, it ran out, and I was actually really disappointed, and I still haven't found a chance to go to Majed Al Oud or Majed for Oud or some of these other stores that are like it that seem to be ultra high end. And I want to go in there and be like, can you get me basically this smell? I don't know. Is that the perfume you wear? What
do I wear oud? So when I was growing up, I didn't really like it. Dihin oud, so that's the essential oil that you get from the root, right, of the actual incense itself. I didn't like it. I thought it was too strong. Now I love it. But there is so many different variations of it. But it's definitely, I do love it. The oud that you get today is very much different from the real original kind of like the essential oil itself. Like when you go, so many perfumes today have oud smell, or they'll mix it in or whatever, right? But back in the day, it was a very niche. I love it. I really like the incense itself. Like I love burning a piece of oud. Yeah. It makes the house smell so clean and so fresh to me. A lot of people hate it, but for me, it's like one of my favorite things. If I ever walk into a house and they just burn some incense, I'm just like, oh, it smells so amazing. So I love that. And I do love dihin oud, but it can be really overpowering. I had an aunt, she died several years ago, Hamha. Her name was Mama Johara, and Mama Johara used to come to Seattle every summer. And she was famous in the neighborhood because they'd always have like neighborhood parties and barbecues and invite everybody. She was famous because of how hospitable she was, but everybody always commented on how amazing she smelled. But you'd come and you'd say hello to Mama Johara, and there's all these Americans, right, coming to visit Mama Johara, and they'd kiss her and they'd smell like her forever, basically, because she had so much dihin oud on. But basically, when I think of it, sometimes I think of her, I think of my grandma. So it really does bring back really nice memories as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because it is a very distinctive smell, and it's I think a wonderful smell. It is not something that is at all common in the United States. In fact, I basically never smell it anywhere here unless I'm at the Royal Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Washington. And that's what attracted me to it. because I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to smells. And in fact, the reason why I haven't gone to buy a replacement for it is because I'm worried that I might not get it right or if I don't smell it. And I don't want to go in there and act like this is what I want. Let me smell 15 different things, because I'm just going to get more confused. And then the salesperson's going to be like, you have no idea what you're doing. I think it's cool.
Khadijis are, right? That's what we're known for. And people are really good about their cologne and their perfume, and they know it really well. You could take your old bottle in to a shop and they would probably be able to match it for you. And by the way, it's not necessarily feminine or masculine. Dihin Oud is, anybody can wear it. So there are some that are like mixed that can be more feminine, but the actual oil itself usually is pretty much gender agnostic.
It is what it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I will embrace that. Very cool. Yeah, congrats to them. I will try next time I go, and we'll maybe update this conversation if I do end up going into one. Maybe I'll take the metro. I don't know, but cool.